This is where the madness began, a 1936 propaganda film titled Reefer Madness, also known to many as Tell Your Children.
Must be stopped. You and all the school parent groups about the country, and you must stand united on this.
Over 70 years later, the original film was turned into a campy, high-energy off-Broadway musical, staged this spring by the Drexel Players.
Why did you choose Reefer Madness for this season?
Well, I always let the students help me choose a season. And so about 2 years ago, one of the students suggested Reefer Madness, and I didn't know much about it. But I saw a production of it last year, and it was really great. And it's just really over the top, silly, funny. It has a good message, and it's rock and roll. So I thought it would be a lot of fun to do.
Working on Reefer Madness is great. It's a treat. It's so much fun to get to go up there and, you know, be a character and be something you aren't every single night of your life, and sing songs that are great and, you know, do scenes that are funny and fun.
What is your favorite moment in the show?
I think my favorite moment in the show is probably, I'm not quite sure what it's called, but Jimmy's kind of first moment where he takes a hit of Reefer and just goes nuts, and that segues into a huge orgy. So I think that's my favorite moment in the show.
My favorite moment in the show is probably the orgy.
I like the orgy scene.
The orgy, which is supposed to be a fantasy of the character Jimmy. The first time he smokes marijuana, he has this sexual fantasy scene. And because it's not exactly in time with the music, and there's lots of odd characters, and there's no real specific plot of what has to happen, there's a lot more freedom and a lot more leeway in it. So that was a little more challenging, but also more fun. There are some challenges in working with students of all different dance levels in a show, but frankly, it's one of the most pleasurable things about working on a musical. For me, musicals are like dance problem solving. You're given what the number's supposed to express, you're given the style of the music, you're given the amount of time is already set for you, and the actors are the givens also. And so the fun and the challenge of it is figuring out how to get all of those variables to say what the number's supposed to say and be cohesive within the rest of the show.
What do you want audience members to walk away thinking from this show?
Well, there certainly is this message of this fear politics, and we should not and cannot be governed by fear politics. So I want them to walk away with that, because I think all theater is educational, but I just would love them to walk away with having a fun time, and had a great time, and thinking, wow, these students at Drexel really can do some major, really impressive shows.
The Drexel Players' production of Reefer Madness played to packed houses and left audiences with a musical high. For DNEWS, this is Mathew Colton.